This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. We are here at Heffelbauer Funeral Services. Since 2011, the Death Cafe has been a social franchise supporting people in the meeting and discussion of death. I'm here with Anita Larson. Anita, thank you for joining us here today. Let's start off first of all. This group is a nonprofit, basically run by volunteers. So let's start out with the motivation for yourself, why you decided you wanted to get involved.
Well, there's such an interest for people to be talking about death openly now, where it used to be just keep the elephant in the closet. We're not talking about death. We're not going to funerals. So there's a huge interest in bringing it out openly, and that's what the Death Cafe is all about.
The topic of death is a universal topic. It has no boundaries, be it race, creed, or color. It doesn't have any boundaries as far as countries. Folks that basically you come across, do they have a kind of a resistance to speak about death freely?
Yes, they do. Most of the time, they don't want to be here. They have to be at a funeral home. So opening up the conversation in the Death Cafe is something that will help maybe move them to a more comfortable place when that time occurs for their families. They'll be more comfortable to speak about it.
What are the type of people that are walking through the doors that will actually attend it, contribute, and also receive from such a gathering?
Lots of death care professionals attend our Death Cafe. Hospice workers, doctors, nurses, coroners, funeral directors, and anyone who is possibly experiencing caring for their aging parent and wants to talk about death, but one or the other doesn't want to.
A wide array of folks is what basically can benefit there. The actual format of a cafe itself, we can trace back to 2011, John Underwood, when he decided to go ahead and conduct one right there in his own home along with his mother. What kind of dialogue can we find that goes on at a cafe?
You know, it's very surprising. A lot of people think it's going to be morbid or gloomy, and it is the opposite of that. So it is life-affirming, it is uplifting, it's positive. We share a lot of resources and information, so it's absolutely wonderful.
One of the things that basically an aspect that makes it favorable is the fact that it's an environment that is safe. It's an environment that is accessible. It's also very confidential. What are some of the places that a person can have a successful death cafe?
You know, they are held everywhere. They're held in people's homes. They're held in restaurants, little coffee shops. I know one was held in a yurt, cemetery, and then here at funeral homes, anywhere really.
I imagine with a topic like this, we're going to find some tears there, but quite honestly, based on the blogs out there, people also find a lot of laughter that goes on as well.
Yes, it's actually more laughter than tears, and there's a great feeling of relief when you're in a group setting when people can talk to each other about death openly.
A very pleasing environment. One of the reasons why it's so pleasant, not only that, but you've got some great refreshing drinks. You've got basically even cake. Tell me about that.
Yes, it's always tea and cake. So we have a decorated cake with the Death Cafe logo on it, and it just kind of lightens the levity a bit to be in a comfortable setting, like you're in a living room.
Obviously, this was a need in society, if you ask me, because quite honestly, with over 300 plus cafes taking place, over 3,000 participants, the blogs online are a true testament of success that is going on here. Is it exciting to be part of such a movement like that?
It is very exciting, and I am still very surprised at how many people want to talk about this and the kinds of discussions that we have at a Death Cafe, because it is an open forum.
Mike, let me ask you this. As a professional in this industry, why was it important for you to want to support this type of thing? And we're sitting right now in your facility here that is very warm. Is that pretty much part of the whole goal for you as well, to make sure you have a friendly, warm environment for folks?
Yeah, it's for people to experience something a little bit different than what they think of in the gloomy context of death. There's a lot of apathy out there as far as death, not dealing with that. It's easier just to make it go away quickly. More pleasurable experience, seeing things a little bit more, a celebration type of mood, talking about it before it happens. Those are great pieces that come along with the Death Cafe. We're preparing people for that time, and all of us at some point in our life have to go through that.
You probably, being in this industry, you see a wide gamut of emotions with death. I mean, quite honestly, it can be joy, it can be anger, it can be pain, a definite experience of loss, even anxiety for those that are waiting for death to come about. Is it quite interesting to see the human aspect of this?
It is, and I've done this for nearly 27 years, and seeing all different types of death, from young to old, and accidents, trauma, everything comes out, and we understand from where we are as professionals that it's not against us. It's just the situation that we're trying to guide people through. We kind of hold them by the hand for a few days, bring them out of the ditch, and give them a little nudge back into what life is going to throw at them again.
I've been personally held by the hand myself in such an experience. I am always amazed by the professionalism and basically the caring of such an industry. Obviously, these folks are going through a wide array of different types of emotions. Is that part of the comforting experience, to realize that you're not alone in such a journey?
Exactly. And we had a couple of young men in our last Death Cafe who said, I am glad I'm not the only one who's thinking about dying. So it will happen to all of us. And the age range of people that attend the Death Cafe are from 18 to 95.
What are some of the responses that you have you received personally that really rather moved you?
You know, at our first Death Cafe, we had a woman there who was in her 80s, and it was her birthday that day. And she said she wanted to come here to talk about death because her family would not talk to her about it.
Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website, and that is the Death Cafe website, which was begun in East London by a gentleman who decided he would take an idea that he had read about and go a little further with it and put a place together where folks can freely and enjoy speaking of death. And everything from professionals to those who have gone through death. You can also see on the website where you can find a Death Cafe, regardless of what area or your country you're in. It's quite a popular movement going around, and you can also decide if maybe this is something you want to hold for yourself and maybe have a Death Cafe as well. Speaking of that, they basically have it down to a real nice, easy way. I understand there's even a guide that will help you set this up. Is that right?
Exactly, and I personally really try to follow that guideline, and there's no selling or promotion of any kind at the events, so people can come and feel safe and confidential and comfortable when they're sharing their experiences and questions and concerns about death.
Questions and concerns, that's absolutely what folks have out there. Possibly somebody watching right now is feeling rather alone, maybe something they're going through by themselves. They're thinking about coming and joining, attending. What would you tell them?
I would say come for the experience, and you will meet the most amazing people, positive, uplifting, life-affirming. It's educational and enlightening.
Interesting. So quite honestly, the last taboo is coming down, that of death.
That's right. Undoing the taboo is kind of what we're saying.
Last time viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen. That is the Death Cafe. Check them out there. They've got contact information there. You're not sure about the area, you can see the map there. Reach out to speak with Anita if you're here in this area, and she will let you know when the next one is taking place. And remember, something that started back in 2011 has rapidly grown, not only across the nation, but really worldwide across the globe, and that is Death Cafe. Let's talk about death. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.
The emotional toll that financial stress can bring is why we offer debt relief services. Attorney Kevin Heipel has served over 5,000 clients. His qualified staff in each location understands how liberating it is to have your debt eliminated and your credit restored. We give you the personal attention you deserve, like we have for thousands of satisfied clients. We help good people like you get out of debt.
Knockouts is a full-service barbershop that caters to men's unique style and personality. Stylists are trained in shaving, haircutting, beard trimming, and designing, shampooing, and styling. Escape into a world of total comfort, relaxation, and rejuvenation. Treat yourself to an experience of a quality haircut, face shaves with a straight razor or safety razor, massage therapy, manicure, pedicure, color, or wax performed by the specially selected Knockouts girls. Indulge yourself with a unique Knockouts cut, style, or other grooming service. Our first-class service includes today's most advanced coloring and hair management techniques and products. Our staff are specially selected and your services are assured. As always, walk-ins are welcome. Don't leave your appearance to just any salon. You deserve the best in men's hair care and grooming. Knockouts, the best place for men's hair care and grooming.
Hello, Town Auto, our friendly staff awake you, and know you need to trust who you allow under your hood. Let our ASE certified mechanics service your automobile with the latest in technological equipment. We strive to restore that trust people used to have in auto mechanics. Do you miss the days when mechanics were like a part of the family? Welcome back.
We put the customer first, not their pocketbook, not anything else.
At Old Town Auto.
Attention! At Major Mom, we are passionate and skilled at decluttering and setting up customized, sustainable systems in a wide variety of households. Major Mom served in the U.S. Air Force with 2 decades of training in order management. Orderly does not mean rigid or inflexible. It means you have room in your brain to think about important things. Major Mom wants you to experience the joy of living and working in an organized and beautifully arranged environment. Providing great service to busy families, we make getting organized fun.
This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Boulder, Colorado. We're at Avasol Inc., the creators of AvaPod. Brand new for the industry here. We're talking about something that provides reliable energy wherever you're at. I thank you for joining us here today, Peter. Why don't we start off, first of all, you've got a combined experience of 40 years, your team here. Share with me how this idea got started and what got you involved in this industry.
I've been in the industry for a long time, and I've been providing solar energy and renewable energy systems for hundreds of customers over the years, and frankly, it always goes into the hands of the people that frankly need it the least. And so I wanted to eventually make a unit that could really get the microgrid out into the environment and put energy into the hands of those who are in energy poverty.
Today in our society, quite honestly, we take electricity for granted. We don't even think about it. Yet, basically everything we do relies on it. Is this kind of the mindset a lot of times when you're speaking with folks out there that they don't think much about it?
Indeed, it's in marginalized societies. Electricity is the difference between life and death. I mean, many people would say that water is the most vital of resources for those that are impoverished, but frankly, electricity can help you get water via pumps and purification systems and things along those lines. So, in my humble opinion, getting them energy is really what's going to change their lives. It's that old adage, teach a person to fish and they feed themselves for life. Well, that's what this unit could do for them. But that was the initial goal, and that's why it's been developed, and that's why I put it out there. But I'm trying to get this currently into the hands of construction companies as well, because they spend a crazy amount of money on fuel. Things like diesel energy and natural gas generators, and the way that this unit works versus the way that they use power, this is also the financially right decision for them.
We live here in Colorado. Here recently, we've understood what nature can provide for us. You've got floods, you've got tornadoes, folks that are left without electricity. Is this really something that is a solution for that type of application as well?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, we missed the flood here in Colorado to be able to help out because the unit wasn't quite ready when the flood hit. And then, frankly, we suffered a little flood situation here on the property as well. But this is ideal because you can just drop this in someplace where you can't get refueled. You remember Hurricane Sandy, they couldn't even refill their diesel generators because they couldn't get diesel there. This unit, if FEMA rolled it out, would provide energy for whoever needed it around there.
So we're talking about a unit that will provide for natural disasters by really tapping into nature. Share with me what is controlling it.
Primarily, it's solar right now, because in Colorado, where we're making it, solar is just king. But wind is a huge unit as well, and we have 2 wind units on this that we can deploy. So it will have both wind and solar. It's truly a robust system. Wind, solar, generator, batteries, everything that you could want in one unit.
As far as the energy that's created, is that able to be used immediately, or can it also be stored in that of a battery pack?
Yeah, it can be stored and used at its exact level. I don't want to get too technical, but when a generator's running, whether you're using the energy or not, you're burning that fuel. Whereas with a battery system like this, when the fuel is being used, or should I say when the batteries are being drained or the sun is being utilized, it's the exact amount of power that's desired. And so you're not wasting anything. So it's incredibly efficient. It stores energy. It's 24-hour power.
24-hour power, so you're talking about batteries that are ready to go. Are there mechanisms in place that will actually protect the battery, make sure there's no overcharging? I imagine that's got to be a costly piece of the components, that battery.
Of course. The system is actually over-engineered on that front. And I'm really happy to say that in my years of experience and over 400 units that we've performed, we know how to balance everything just perfectly. And these batteries, we're going to get more life out of them than anybody else. And frankly, I'm deploying it with known technology, things that work really, really well. In the future, I look forward to putting in newer technologies, everything from hydrogen fuel cell battery systems to other things that are available as soon as they become proven and marketable.
So we're talking about top technology. I see the panels here behind me. Obviously, they have to be able to withstand the elements pretty well. Can they handle the rain, the snow, and everything that Colorado or any nation would throw at them?
Absolutely. The panels are stronger than you might think. You could walk on this array, you could probably tap dance on it. It's stronger than your windshield. Hailstorms come through and they completely wipe out rooftops and people's cars and smash windows, and you rarely ever lose a solar panel.
Fantastic. Like you spoke of earlier, you basically said that here in Colorado we pride ourselves on the sun, where basically it's king. But obviously, like you said, there's places or a day where the wind doesn't blow, the sun doesn't come out. What is the backup plan here for something like this?
It's going to come with a couple of wind generators, but if you need to and if you desire it, if it's in a situation like this customer of mine in Ecuador, he has a lava flow happening with a nearby volcano, and it's spewing out tons of smoke, and so they have nearly no sun. We have a simple design to wire many wind units together, so that so we have 8 wind units on this thing rather than just 2.
Excellent. I imagine anytime if someone finds themselves in a disaster situation, time has to be of the essence. How quickly can this thing be up and running from the minute it touches down?
Gosh, I'm glad you asked that. That's one of the strengths of this unit. Let me start off slow by saying that we can ship it as a shipping container anywhere in the world, and it just looks like a shipping container, and it arrives as a shipping container. And what normally takes people 4 to 6 months to deploy a renewable energy system that can power things, ours can be deployed by a 2-man team in 1 day anywhere in the world. And it doesn't have to be engineers that deploy this thing. It can be people on the ground. And that's the long version. The short version is if you have a couple of these things on trailers ready to go, it collapses into a rapidly deployable position. And that rapidly deployable position can be taken into the field and deployed in 15 minutes by a team of 2.
Speaking of taking it out into the field, especially remote areas, can this be dropped in by a helicopter as well?
Absolutely.
Gee, that's great. You really have designed a compact unit, really, that can be taken out there and deployed. Yet at the same time, it really serves multi-purposes inside. We're talking about an office that you could use, or even living quarters if so needed.
Indeed. On the website, we have a million different potential uses for it. I mean, I'm currently designing out several of the uses. Once we have the customers for the freezer unit, then we'll build a big freezer, we'll make huge ice blocks. So, the water purification system, we're partnering with some of the people from the military on that one. There's a lot of possibilities because, frankly, I only utilize about 20% of the space inside this container. The other 80% can be used for anything else.
Wonderful. The energy that is produced here, obviously it's great to put this in any type of natural environment because you've also made sure that it's noiseless. Is that right?
That's correct. This unit is going to have, versus a generator of any sort, it's going to have much lower emissions, much lower noise. The system is ideal for situations from a university to a crowded area that you don't want to be disturbing people.
Obviously, it's great for a permanent location. Somebody wants to bring in electricity there or even as a backup solution. But like you explained earlier, remote situations, workplaces, work sites, we're talking about oil rigs and construction areas. That's got to be kind of hard for folks to get electricity out to those areas.
Exactly. Anywhere where you don't have a main line dropped in from the local power company, you're going to want to use this unit. Generators are great. That's what everybody uses in the field right now, but this is going to be the next thing. Microgrids are the wave of the future. Everybody's talking about them. Everybody wants them. Distributed energy, microgrid systems. You want to have reliable energy. Everyone else is going in through their brownouts and blackouts. This unit you can drop anywhere.
One of the things that really caught my attention here to come out and speak with you is it's great innovation that you've created here, which is really complicated and complex when you think about it. But really, simplicity is basically what the end user is really going to experience.
That's right. I'm actually a veteran from the Army. I was in Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and boy, did I learn that simplicity is king. It's very important there. So I designed the unit with that in mind. All the technology that takes to make something like this function it's actually quite daunting. There's quite a bit that goes into it. And that's why it takes 4 to 6 months in the field to set one of these systems up. So we've taken all that technology and we built it into the system to make it as simple as possible. And that way the owner of the system doesn't have to worry about all that complexity because we bring it to a simplicity point.
Simplicity point. Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is the website. On the website, you're going to get a clearer idea of this company. Basically, with many, many years of experience, we have an engineer that basically has designed something that not only locally can be used for energy power, but also really worldwide. He made it simple enough that it is user-friendly across the globe. And quite honestly, it's energy of the future. This is the AvaPod. Reliable power wherever you need it. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.
Canine Rehabilitation and Conditioning Group leads the industry of animal rehabilitation, and our caring team will help your dog or cat to feel stronger, move better, and get back into the game of life. Our rehabilitation experts are leading the industry of restoring quality of life to geriatric, injured, overweight, post-operative, and neurological or otherwise compromised dogs through physical therapy and integrative veterinary approaches.
Why is Las Brisas, southern Colorado's favorite hotspot? It may be the mouth-watering coastal cuisine prepared fresh every day, or possibly the family-like friendly service and atmosphere, or a bar surrounded by friends, or even a romantic fireside dinner. How about a tableside freshly prepared guacamole treat? Gotta be the fun of live entertainment, right? Well, it all plays a part, but the locals know it's all about the margaritas. Yep, the best margaritas in Denver brings them back every time.
Jake and Telly's Greek Taverna has been bringing delicious and innovative Greek specialties to loyal customers for over 13 years. Brothers Jake and Telly strive to make their patrons feel like part of the family by offering a comfortable and scenic setting to enjoy the home-cooked delicacies made from recipes passed down from their family. With a large creative menu and remarkable wine selection, be ready to enjoy a succulent meal you won't soon forget.
Until next time, if you know of a business who you feel the whole city should know about, nominate them, we'll send a reporter out. This is Gary Atencio from CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.